On his return to the cathedral, D'Artagnan saw Bazin, who was conversing with the sacristan. Bazin was making, with his spare little short arms, ridiculous gestures. D'Artagnan perceived that he was enforcing prudence with respect to himself. D'Artagnan slipped out of the cathedral and placed himself in ambuscade at the corner of the Rue de Canetis. It was impossible that Bazin should go out of the cathedral without his seeing him. In 5 minutes Bazin made his appearance, looking in every direction to see if he were observed, but he saw no one. Calmed by appearances, he ventured to walk on through the Rue Notre Dame. Then D'Artagnan rushed out of his hiding-place, and arrived in time to see Bazin turn down the Rue de la Juiverie and enter. In the Rue de la Calendar, a respectable-looking house, and this D'Artagnan felt no doubt was the habitation of the worthy beadle. Afraid of making any inquiries at this house, D'Artagnan entered a small tavern at the corner of the street and asked for a cup of hypocras. This beverage required a good half-hour to prepare, and D'Artagnan had time, therefore, to watch Bazin unsuspected. He perceived in the tavern a pert boy between 12 and 15 years of age, whom he fancied he had seen not 20 minutes before under the guise of a chorister. He questioned him, and as the boy had no interest in deceiving, D'Artagnan learned that he exercised, from 6 o'clock in the morning until 9, the office of chorister, and from 9 o'clock till midnight that of a waiter in the tavern. Whilst he was talking to this lad a horse was brought to the door of Bazin's house. It was saddled and bridled. Almost immediately Bazin came downstairs. "Look," said the boy, "there's our beadle, who is going a journey." "And where is he going?" asked D'Artagnan. "Forsooth, I don't know. Half a pistole, if you can find out," said D'Artagnan. "For me," cried the boy, his eyes sparkling with joy. "If I can find out where Bazin is going, that is not difficult. You are not joking, are you?" "No." "On the honor of an officer, there is the half pistole," and he showed him the seductive coin, but did not give it him. "I shall ask him. Just the very way not to know. Wait till he is set out, and then, marry, come up, ask, and find out. The half pistole is ready," and he put it back again into his pocket. "I understand," said the child, with that jeering smile which marks especially the gamin de Paris well. "We must wait." They had not long to wait. 5 minutes afterward Bazin set off on a full trot, urging on his horse by the blows of a parapluie, which he was in the habit of using instead of a riding whip. Scarcely had he turned the corner of the Rue de la Juiverie when the boy rushed after him like a bloodhound on full scent. Before 10 minutes had elapsed the child returned. "Well," said D'Artagnan. "Well," answered the boy, "the thing is done." "Where is he gone?" "The half pistole is for me." "Doubtless." "Answer me." "I want to see it." "Give it me, that I may see it is not false." "There it is." The child put the piece of money into his pocket. "And now, where is he gone?" inquired D'Artagnan. "He is gone to Noisy." "How dost thou know?" "Ah, faith, there was no great cunning necessary. I knew the horse he rode, it belonged to the butcher, who lets it out now and then to Bazin. Now I thought that the butcher would not let his horse out like that without knowing where it was going, and he answered that Monsieur Bazin went to Noisy. 'Tis his custom, he goes 2 or 3 times a week." "Dost thou know Noisy well?" "I think so. Truly my nurse lives there." "Is there a convent at Noisy?" "Isn't there a great and grand one, the convent of Jesuits?" "What is thy name?" "Frequet." D'Artagnan wrote the child's name in his tablets. "Please, sir," said the boy, "do you think I can gain any more half pistoles in any way?" "Perhaps," replied D'Artagnan, and having got out all he wanted, he paid for the hypocras, which he did not drink, and went quickly back to the Rue Tiquetonne. Chapter VIII. D'Artagnan going to a distance to discover Aramis. On entering the hotel, D'Artagnan saw a man sitting in a corner by the fire. It was Planchet, but so completely transformed, thanks to the old clothes that the departing husband had left behind, that D'Artagnan himself could hardly recognize him. Madeleine introduced him in presence of all the servants. Planchet addressed the officer with a fine Flemish phrase. The officer replied in words that belonged to no language at all, and the bargain was concluded. Madeleine's brother entered D'Artagnan's service. The plan adopted by D'Artagnan was soon perfected. He resolved not to reach Noisy in the day, for fear of being recognized. He had therefore plenty of time before him, for Noisy is only 3 or 4 leagues from Paris, on the road to Meaux. He began his day by breakfasting, substantially a bad beginning when one wants to employ the head, but an excellent precaution when one wants to work the body, and about 2 o'clock he had his 2 horses saddled, and followed by Planchet, he quitted Paris by the Barriere de la Villette. A most active search was still prosecuted in the house near the Hôtel de la Chevrette for the discovery of Planchet.